our friend from Mexico, Mr. Gabriel Rosales. He's the president of B2B Negocios. Now, it's interesting in his bio, he says he's a lover of tennis, good wine, and use of technology. I don't know about tennis, but Gabriel, I can go with the wine and the technology with you, no problem. With more than 30 years experience in international trade, procurement processes of large corporations around the world, entrepreneur founder, he's a founder of B2B Negocios and has developed different e-procurement solutions for 15 years in a marketplace. And he's currently president of the company operating in Chile, Colombia, Argentina, USA, and Mexico. He's recognized as a Mexican influencer of procurement solutions and activities. Let's welcome Mr. Gabriel Rosales. It's all yours, Gabriel.
Gabriel, you're on mute.
You have to go unmute, Gabriel.
Unmute, please. Unmute, please.
There you
Hello,
go.
good evening, all of you. Thank you for having me tonight or this afternoon in Philippines, midnight in Mexico. I'm very happy to be with you to share a little bit of what's happening in the other side of the world as far as procurement and the supply chain management practices. And very impressed to see such an big audience of almost 300 people attending this conference for all day long and learning about all what you've been sharing. What I would like to talk with you today, it will be first about new trends in procurement process. Second, I would like to tell you about what we do, about our company, and particularly about the Trans-Procure Quotes, which is a new project that we are enhancing with Charlie and his team to make available in Asia a solution that may facilitate the processing of quoting systems and facilitation, transparency, and competitiveness of all companies in the region. As far as new trends in procurement process, I would like to say first that there is a trend towards digitalization. This has been in different levels in different countries, but particularly in Latin America has been very important, the implementation of the electronic invoice implemented by the IRS of Mexico, or called SAT, which means that all the invoices in the country are done exactly in the same format with an XML format that everybody shares, and that facilitates the reading and integration of different systems in an effective way. Also, what has been also quite relevant is the database integration of different types of kinds that help facilitate the movement of information between different systems. We have learned, for example, about the Spanish solution that may integrate the information of all different custom systems in the world. And that facilitates the communication and understanding about, for example, who is selling which product at which price, to whom and from whom and to whom. And that allows you to see what is happening as far as different systems and different countries and integration of all of them. Also quite relevant is the documentation process or homologation of suppliers, where you find that that you can see in a system all the information that you may need to know about a particular company or supplier, all their background, all their information as far as income, expenses, balance sheets, profit and loss statements, and all the information that allows you to understand better the situation of each company. This has had a very significant impact in expense reduction. At this time now, it's possible to see in one chart all the different pricing and information of different products, and allows you to save money when you are able to compare different prices of different products in different situations. In the past, for example, you go to a supermarket and you have to compare the pricing of mayonnaise or of mustard or ketchup, and you have to go from one store to another. Now you can see in one screen all the information of the pricing and the quantities that different suppliers may provide to you. This has had an impact in cost reduction because since information is available, then you can make better decisions, better procurement decisions. And the same thing about digital ubiquity. You can be in different countries, in different places at the same time. You can process certain information in one country, do another thing in another place, and get access to information from different places and time zones. As an example of that, tonight I'm having the privilege to be with you in this conference, and in about 3 hours from now, I will be attending another conference in Spain, and in about 9 hours from now, I will be attending another conference in Mexico. Then this is something that in the past was not possible to be done, and the pandemic and the situation and the telecommunications and synergy of the countries allow us to be much more effective and be present in different countries and continents on the same day. Then as far as expense reduction, the control of procurement documents and reduction of manual activities allow us to see how you can save time and money by having in one chart the information of different pricing of different products and to be able to make better procurement and purchasing decisions. For example, you can now buy as if you were in a website that you can compare different pricing of different products with different characteristics and make them compare or make them give you a different proposals and offers. And rather than doing search through lengthy lines of quotations or directories, now you can, in a snapshot, take a look of different alternatives of different products, compare and take the best decision. You can compare prices of different suppliers based in the database of millions of transactions. In our case, for example, we have a database of about 3 million transactions a year in which we can see at which price which company sold to another company each particular product and can be compared with the pricing of other suppliers that sold to other companies the same product in the same time zone, in the same location, with variances based in quality or in performance or just in opportunities seen in the market. Also, by having systems, you are also able to see a reduction in the acquisition cost because you make suppliers to compete. You are able to ask suppliers to give you different proposals, and you can compare those and see which one offers you a better option. And the systems allows you also to make them make a best offer for you and allows you to compare the different pricing and allows you to even push to provide you an even better pricing if you are asked them. Then there are the tools like the reverse auction system in which you can obtain even further savings by having suppliers really compete to give you the best potential price of any specific product. This was not possible before, but the conjunction of systems, information, and technology helps you to do that and take better decisions. And as far as digital ubiquity, you now can shop all around the world. You can check at the same time which are the prices that are available in Europe or in Asia or in America and take your best offer. And there are systems that allows you to include there the pricing, the freight, the insurance, and all the different costs associated to be able to decide what is better for you to buy certain product and how to get it in your place in a more effective manner, using different ways to transport it and different ways to make sure that those arrives in your place on the right time. Then this has been growing as in the last few years based in the use of technology. But also the pandemic, I think, has had an impact in making us operate in a different manner. And this conference is a good example. At this point, we have over 200 people attending this conference that maybe in the past, they have to be sitting in a conference room. And now most of us are doing this from their own houses or their own offices in different parts of the world. Then this is changing the way we are working. This is a different way of dealing with clients and suppliers because we are becoming more effective, because we are losing less time by not having to commute from one place to another, because we can focus in the things which are relevant. And there are different ways of using the technology, and there are platforms that need to be international and most robust. We can have now access to worldwide databases. For example, in our case, we have access to a database of suppliers from all around the world, where we can filter them by the product they supply, by the locations where they provide service, by the quality of their products or the references that their clients has been giving about this particular supplier. Then, rather than having to look for suppliers in directories or by references, you can now search databases and obtain the best information about the companies that you're going to be dealing with. Then, this has been a new trend and the possibility to have comprehensive solutions that can be a 360-degree solution where you can include not only consulting, but also software and support. You can have solutions that could be custom-made, that you can really adapt them to your particular needs. And you can have platforms that can be developed based in the client needs. And also, you are now entitled to pay for this type of platforms and services based in different type of business models, from ones that are charging to the buyer to others that you are charged, that the charge is going to the suppliers. You can have databases that can incorporate information from all different countries, and you can incorporate services that allows you to follow up with each situation in each particular market. That based in all those trends that we've been discussing, we have been developing a strategy to help our clients with what the offers that we can propose. And we've been focusing in mainly two things. First, cost reduction, help our clients to reduce the cost at which they acquire the products and services that they buy, and reduce the expenses related to the procurement process, which means try to generate efficiently in the purchasing process and make communication with suppliers flow in a better way. Then our solution is not targeting only one side of the equation, but of both of them. To the buyer, we are looking to get up to 30% reduction in expenses in sales operations. And to the suppliers, the optimization of cost in supplies and operating expenses, which is up to 45%. Then this represents benefits for the entire supply chain. There is visibility in the process, centralization of information, and transparency. Everybody is looking at the same information from different angles and may react to what they are looking in those systems. The process became auditable, and there is compliance with government requirements and international requirements. For some companies, the implementation of these procurement systems are related to the implementation of the SOX, and Sarbanes-Oxley law in the United States that supposed to force you to to assure the compliance and to assure the availability of products and services every time. And digital platforms that optimize communication between companies, and certifications in security, process, and methodologies. This strategy to provide services to both sides of the equation, buyer in one hand and supplier in the other, has been helping us to obtain benefits for both sides and to eventually decide who are going to charge, who are we going to charge for the particular services that we are providing. Although in our offer, sometimes we propose to charge the buyer, majority of the cases, our clients prefer that we charge the supplier. And the supplier have learned to be charged for this type of cost and still be able to be benefited by this type of solutions because they have a positive impact in their operations. Then sometimes they say that this is like a tool that they have to pay to move through a digital road, that they have benefits by having to use this tool. And although it costs them, it's more the benefit that they get than the price that they pay for it. And for the buyer who receives a benefit without having to spend on it is even a bigger advantage and benefit. Then when we analyze the benefits that a solution like the ones that we have proposed provide to our clients, we see what is, for example, the decrease in errors by eliminating the manual process. When they have to do things manually or they can do it automatically, and what's the impact that this may have. What's the impact of detect and correct improper handling of certain processes? What's the impact of having only certified suppliers and be able to rely on companies that can provide you products in time as you need it? What is the impact to ensure that the budget is not exceed, that your company really gets involved in the level that you define that you can spend in certain process? And what's the value that all the orders outfill on time? Then what does it really work for business? Then what we do is what is called the requisition to pay cycle. That includes, or that starts from the purchase requisition, which is all the process to communicate and define which products are going to be acquired and define if there is an authorization to buy certain product, if there is a real need of this particular product, if there is lack of inventory, and that there is an authorization to buy certain product because that is included in the budget that the company has for it. Second, it goes the process of quotation, which means to decide who is the supplier that can provide that product or services in better conditions and pricing. Third is the processing of the purchase order, to send the purchase orders to the suppliers, that the suppliers confirm that particular purchase order, that they will deliver on time and with the quality required. Fourth is the product and service delivery and the information related to that, the generation of the good receipt and the transmission of that to the supplier, in order that the supplier who has already a purchase order and gets a good receipt can generate an invoice that matches both the purchase order and the good receipts. And that goes all the way to the accounts payable process, where companies receive information of the products that they are receiving, and they are able to pay for that. And there is information transmitted to the supplier about which payments were done and under which conditions and in which dates and circumstances. Then our company has been doing business in this field since about 15 years, from the 2007. And our headquarters are in Mexico City, but we have representative offices in different countries. Particularly relevant this year are for us Colombia, Chile, Spain, United States, Argentina. In particularly because last year with the pandemic, we were able to implement 2 solutions for clients that we didn't see themselves physically. Then all the implementation was done remotely through our systems, and we were able to implement a solution with companies as Saint-Gobain, which is from France, and we were able to do a full implementation without going to their office any single time. At this point, we have 30 corporate clients, about 40,000 suppliers, and $8 billion in transactions that passes through our platform. What we offer is a comprehensive portfolio that focusing in cost reduction and expense reduction. And we include 4 services in that. The know-how, which is to understand what the client needs. Then we never implement a project without sitting with the client, understanding what they want to buy and why they want to buy it, and how we can really help them to incorporate best practices to their solution process. Second is to use the technological tools and integrate them properly with the ERP system of the buyer. Then we always implement a communication link between SAP or Oracle or Microsoft or whatever ERP they have with their supplier tool that will help them to operate the procurement process efficiently. Also, we always incorporate the supplier database, where there is information of all potential suppliers of certain products or services in a particular location. And finally, and this is very valuable for everyone, is the help desk that takes care of all the support, monitoring, and taking care of the training of suppliers to really use the system in an appropriate way. In this regard, we have different products that are targeting different needs of the process. The main one is what we call B2B integral, that includes the requisition, the quoting, the portal, and the payment solution. But we also do have other solutions, like, for example, certification of suppliers, a catalog of potential suppliers, or an e-commerce platform to operate properly. We also do analysis of potential savings by implementing procurement process. And we also help our clients to do sourcing or outsourcing of products and services through our company. We also do assessments of potential savings based in the implementation of tools. And we have different tools to automate the whole procurement process, and even to take care of the purchases for our clients, being ourselves the manager of all what is called the tile spend. And also we are able to verify the suppliers that are providing services to our clients with different tools, and even provide them factoring or financing for their suppliers, and be able to make sure that they receive all the products that they need on time. Based on our strategy, we have been able to reach a substantial number of clients, companies like Colgate-Palmolive, Kellogg's, Fuller, Mars, Jafra, Primpack, Axalta, Bunge, Saint-Gobain, Kimberly-Clark, and John Deere, among others. Why we are different to other companies? First is because we are engaged in what is called the management of internal and external change. We do not only put a solution there, but we make sure that all the participants use it in a proper manner. We are able to provide technical support through our call center, either through by phone or by mail or by chat or by different ways of communication. We always make sure that all the users and suppliers are properly trained and that there is operational process management. Then our B2B portal solution comprise our robust technological platform and the specialized support service of our consultants and call center executives. Then why we are different? First, because of the participation of qualified experts with extensive experience in the field. Second, because the possibility of evolution of the solution for the automation of the purchasing process. Training, monitoring, and technical support services. A call center aimed at supporting the administration of external change. The option to evolve a comprehensive solution with a payment model by supplier that I was explaining before. That there is not additional cost depending on the number of users, and that we are very competitive, including the different modalities in which we provide service, and that we can provide a presence in different countries as is needed. Based on all what we have developed and a long-term relation with Charlie Villaseñor from encounter that we have in the ISM show a few years ago, we have developed a partnership to provide in Asia the Transprocure quote system. Then the company Transprocure is giving his brand to this system that they have been testing and analyzing, and they found that it can be very effective to provide companies in Asia with a comprehensive solution to generate savings for their companies. Then this is a quoting system that addresses the RFQ process challenges, which is that current process do not accommodate process capacity requirement, visibility, transparency, and rapid response. That you have the need to send in voluminous and repetitive RFQ to suppliers. That you have to have monitoring of suppliers' responses and quotations. That there is the received, collation, and validation of RFQ data. That you need to do comparison and evaluation of prices, and that there should be suppliers compliance and an audit trail. Then how we can address these RFQ challenges? First, by identifying a solution that will address all our pain points. Second, validate and identify an approach and solution that can be used. That there is no implementation required, that should be a cloud-based system. That you can be in business with this solution in just a few weeks or even days once you decide to do so. This is a proven system. We already been operating this for years, and we've been already generating savings of up to 7% to some of our clients with millions of dollars of transactions. That you don't need to have a heavy training, and there is no regrets, and there is no financial commitment for a certain trial period. All this includes what is called the quotation process. The quotation process that includes the request for information, the request for proposal, the request for quotation, and eventually, in certain cases, the reverse auction strategy to obtain the most potential savings. Then this Transprocure quote system includes quotations, includes negotiations and the simultaneous comparisons of offers, the possibility to have electronic auctions, and the follow-up on contracts with potential suppliers. Then the Transprocure quote process includes that the buyer specifies the requirement of his request, that he select companies to work in the requested line of business, that supplier quotes and the buyer selects the best option, and then that the winner is awarded and notified of the business that was assigned to him. Then there are different benefits of this process. First is transparency in the process, which means that you can buy the product in the best conditions, access to new competitive suppliers, and up to 50% time reduction in a supplier search and quotation request process. Also, you can create new quotations and duplicate an existing one. The quotation indicates the requirement that the buyer requires, such as the date of delivery, the date of award, the category in which the product is located, and questions pertinent to this quotation. You can ask to obtain information about what suppliers can provide in orders, such as deliveries, deadlines, payment methods. And there is graphs of suppliers and the participation and status. And when requesting quote preparation, the list of suppliers who participated there, and that you can review the interest of suppliers in a particular subscription. Then to finish that, I would like to go now to a demonstration of this particular quoting system. I will make sure that we have the sound here. Please let me know.
I'm not hearing anything. No sound, Gabriel.
Okay, let me see. Sure sound. Sure. Okay.
3,000 suppliers
There you
that
go.
we make.
That's good.
Welcome to the technical demonstration B2B Quotes, the platform designed to help you acquire materials for your company. we organize a database of 40,000 suppliers that we make available to you for any quotation that your company requires. The use of the platform is intuitive and easy to use for anyone. You access the platform where you capture the data that is required so that any provider can quote in a correct way. The data that you will need to capture are the name of the product and its category. In this way, you will be able to receive quotes from suppliers that are registered in that category. To continue the process, you will decide which suppliers your quote will indicate. You can choose all the suppliers that you think necessary to invite. With B2B quotes, you will save time by being able to send your quotes directly to our network of suppliers. You will save money when comparing different quotes and choosing the best price and effort, since all the tools you need are just a click away to ensure what will choose the best supplier for your quotes. B2B Quotes puts at your disposal the following tools. Our active and competitive industrial suppliers are classified by product and region to generate your quotes. Our system organizes the answers, offers a comparative chart so that you can make the best decision. In addition, you can ask any question to buy factors that are important to you, such as material quality, delivery lines, product status, and other type of measurement that you want to know. By having all these decision parameters in our platform, time and expense will decrease considerably during your input acquisition. In addition, you can be sure that your decision will always be the best in time, form, and price.
Okay, well, with this I conclude just in time the presentation that I asked for, and I'm open to your questions or comments.
Muchas gracias for staying up so late, Gabriel.
Thank you, Walter.
Which one do you like, white wine or red wine?
Both, but I
Oh,
prefer
okay.
red wine.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, it doesn't matter. If it's in the right shaped bottle, it's okay. Okay, so I will tell you, I know something about your system, and, we talk about getting agility, we're talking about agility and digitization. And, agility means that we have to reprice things maybe more quickly anymore, especially with the current pandemic and the deliveries for next year in 22. So I think, the being able to efficiently put out quotations quickly, maybe quarterly, to reliable suppliers and getting quotes back quickly, because we can't keep using spreadsheets and things. There's a huge advantage for your system, I see, combining the digitization with having an agile procurement process. So I really appreciate you showing us that.
Oh, my pleasure. I'm very pleased to be here.
Yeah. How about handling multiple currencies? Are you, since you're in those different countries, I'm sure you got a lot of different,
Yes,
a lot of different currencies, huh?
We can handle different currencies and different languages and different time zones, and everything can be uploaded in the platform. It's prepared to be internationally managed. Yeah,
because sometimes you go out for quotations, you have to send one out in Germany and here and there and other places, right?
Right, that's correct. Quotations
right.
as far as coins, but also as far as languages. You can send an RFQ in English and can be replied in Spanish or in French or in different.
Super. That's great. That's great. Ed, anything?
No, I just really enjoyed seeing that platform and seeing the versatility that it provides, especially the comparisons. We can see it side by side. Okay. Lots of times, when things would have to be done manually, okay, and trying to put together, it takes so much more time compared to this opportunity that you provide. So we're excited to see this and partnering, looking together, and appreciate your time this evening, that you be with us.
I think I think we should take a picture, Ed, while we got everybody. I see Richard's still around, Charlie's around. So maybe we should get while we got Gabriel there before he falls asleep or goes to get a glass of wine. let's get our.
I'm very pleased to be close to 250 persons still participating in the conference at this time. This is really impressive.
They're hanging in. They're hanging in for us, right? So yeah, I think they're waiting for they got that raffle too. So let's get hey, Richard, are you still there? Can we get your picture with us? Do we have any other speakers here? I'm looking down the list here. I don't know, maybe they've all sort of departed. I don't see. I see Richard was online, but
That is okay. This is for B2B negocios on spot.
yeah, okay. Well, this is a good endorsement picture. Okay,
We
why
are
don't we
really
go
doing
ahead
a
and
lot
take the
of things
picture?
on this RFQ codes. In fact, we're trying it again with another Singaporean company, and we're really rolling this down to the Philippines and Indonesia as well. So quite excited about this.
Okay, well, let's get a picture of us and then we can give out the certificates quickly and we can sort of let Gabrielle finally say, oh, I have to go home. Or maybe you're home, I don't know. So let's get our picture with somebody.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, smile. Okay, great.
Okay, let's give out the certificates. I think we should do that. And then we should move on with our raffle and we'll let Gabrielle disappear and have a good sleep. Thank you for staying up with us. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you. Very nice to talk to you and congratulations.